Hey, welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here. Today, I was listening to, I think it's called Ground Zero, Rollo Tomasi and Entrepreneurs with Cars or something rich. I can't remember what their names are, but anyway, if you get a chance to listen to those guys, they are on the mark. I was thinking about what they were talking about, how the kids now are being grown up or raised up by single mothers, and there's no fathers in the household. There's no masculinity. And I have 6 kids, which I've been raising by myself for the last 9 years, 5 boys and a daughter, ages from 11 to 20 years old. And I can really see it from their friends. Now, they even thank me for raising them up as men because they see the difference in how they're being raised as opposed to how their friends are being raised by their single mothers or even their mothers with fathers in the household where the mother is running the show. These guys, the friends of my sons, get into relationships and they're simping. They're like the beta male, and the woman is like talking bad to them and treating them badly, and they're coming to my sons for advice. Now, needless to say, my sons do miss having a mother in the home, but she's been gone for over 9 years, and they've adapted, and we've did the best we could. But they say they would prefer this than being raised up by a single mother as men. Now, my daughter, she told me the other day on my birthday, she said, "Happy birthday, Dad. Thanks for raising me up raising me up like a guy, even though I am a girl." Now, she's 13, and she has boyfriends, and the guy she's going out with now, he's like really beta, insecure, and see, he's in a single parent home with the mother, has no father. He's been gone, I think he might have killed himself, or I'm not real sure, but he's been gone for a long time. And I can see the struggles she has with him and his insecurities. Somebody needs to talk to him, but he has no one, no masculine figure, no mentor to teach him how to be a man and how to deal with women. That's why if you get a chance to listen to these guys, Rollo Tomasi, I can't remember what the other one's name, Ground Zero, I think, is they get together and they talk. I'm not real sure, so forgive me, guys, if I'm misquoting or not sending the information out correctly. I'll get it better next time. But they were talking about bullying also, how that's so discouraged. And it is, it's amazing. My son, Henry, he's 17 now, but 2 years ago in school, he was in class and someone was picking on him, pushing him. He told the teacher wouldn't do anything. No, the teacher did tell the guy to stop, but of course, you know how that works. The guy would not stop. So Henry warned the guy, said, "I'm telling you what, if you don't stop," he said, "I'm going to stop you." Once again, the teacher told the boy to stop, but she allowed it to continue. Finally, my son got tired of it, punched the guy, busted his nose, blood, he was bleeding all over the place. Okay, so they arrested my son for assault and put him in juvenile jail, and he didn't get out until the next day at 2 o'clock for defending himself. And do you know what the protocol for when a situation like that happens is? As I said, they tell you to tell the teacher, and of course, we all know that bullies usually won't stop unless you physically confront them. Okay, and they say if the bully starts to hit you, to cover up and wait for a teacher to come and protect you. Now, this is what they're teaching young men, and I suppose the women too, in school today. To cover up, don't defend yourself. And if you defend yourself as a young man, we didn't used to have teenagers. That was something that developed, I think, in the 50s? We had young men and men. But if you defend yourself as a young man in school, it's automatic, what is it called? Suspension. You get kicked out for 3 days or 5 or whatever it is. You are not allowed to defend yourself without consequences. Now, what is this but a system raising up men to be submissive, passive, and easily led, like the herd, so to speak? That's the way I would look at it. So anyway, I tell the principals up there, I said, my kid is not going to allow anybody to hit on him. But the bullying does not stop. And bullying is just part of, they call it a pecking order, I think. At least that's the way I believe it is. I was bullied when I was a kid. When I was 6 years old, the new kid moved in and he beat the hell out of me. He got me down and put his knees on my shoulders and just punched the crap out of me. Then one of my other neighbors, which is a friend of mine, he went and beat him up. Well, then after that, we're all friends. I was friends with this guy. I still think well of him. Both of those people. The guy that beat me up and the guy that stood up for me and beat the other guy up. And we all ended up playing flashlight tag and army. We were all friends. And then we had another guy there. He was an older guy, and he used to pick on me and beat me up and push us around. And he was a bully. He was actually known as the neighborhood bully. That guy still lives in the same neighborhood. I've gone back and seen him a couple times and talked to him. I don't hold anything against him. I've bullied people. It's just part of boys growing up. But nowadays, they act like it's, well, they make such a big deal out of it. It's just part of it. It's what makes men men. My brother used to pick on me and get me down and put his knees on my shoulders and slap my face and humiliate me. I wanted to kill him, but I couldn't do it. And then came a day finally when I got big enough where he wouldn't do that anymore. But it's like, I don't think it mentally damaged me or any other kids that I know of. It's just part of growing up as a man. But now they don't want to allow you to be a man. And then we have these men who aren't masculine, and then we have these women looking for a masculine man, when in reality is they're the ones telling men to be more emotional, to share their feelings, to not be violent. And we're just naturally violent people. Humanity is violent. I mean, it's no wonder that if there is, and I think there is, extraterrestrial life forms, why would they want to have anything to do with us, considering how violent we are? Because if it was a planet that was weaker than we are, we would go take them over. I mean, that's what we've done throughout history. The stronger nation or the stronger people or tribe always goes and conquers the weaker tribe, and we assimilate them into our way of thinking. It's like we always try to get everybody to think the way we think if we are the strongest nation, or in the case of the bully, the stronger person to bully. And the bully will continue to try to get you to conform to his views until you stand up to him and fight him. And even if you lose, he won't bother you again, more than likely. Most of the time, once you stand up to them, because I have stood up to a few bullies in my time, they never bother me again. Some of those bullies, as I said, are my friends today. I had many fights growing up. I became an amateur and professional boxer. I mean, it makes a man out of you. We got too many kids sitting around playing video games, and I guess also watching porn, from what I understand, so they don't even have to go out and look for a woman. So they're wasting their time on video games, pornography, and they don't have a life. I didn't realize, but they were talking the other day that this group of men, that between the ages of 18 and 24, there's like, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a high percentage of men who have never even had sex with a woman. I mean, I had my first sexual experience when I was 13 years old, and many more after that. So, but we did not have the access to pornography like they have now. If I found a Playboy magazine in my dad's magazine rack, which I did once or twice, that was great. And a Hustler was even better because they were a little more explicit. So, but the access they have to porn now, and every kid's got a phone and see things that I didn't even know people did. I've been told about some of the things they do too. It's amazing. So they can just sit home and satisfy themselves, and they never have to step out there to try to find a woman. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it, but that's just how society is nowadays. But they really want to have a physical connection, but yet they opt out for, I guess, the safe sex of pornography and masturbation. So you have to find a mentor, find a man. If you're a young man, find someone who is good with women or that has masculine traits, and learn from that man. I know that's hard to do nowadays, but there are still men out there. And there's nothing wrong with being a man. There's nothing wrong with being macho. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. There's nothing wrong with standing up to a bully. You don't have to run to the police or to the teacher. You have everything within yourself to take care of yourself, to protect yourself, to approach any woman, regardless as if she turns you down or rejects you. You showed up as a man. I think Zan Perrion talks about it. If you are here today, you have an ancestor that sometime, maybe 1,000 years ago, stood on a battlefield with a sword or a broadaxe, and before he died that day, if he did die, because many did, he got his wife or woman pregnant and had a child. And from that child, you are here today. So you have an ancestor that's brave enough to stand on a battlefield and fight with an axe or a sword. I mean, can you imagine how he would think about you, you're afraid to face a woman to ask her to have a coffee with you. Excuse me. So, at least honor your ancestors. You show up as a man. So what if she rejects you? What does that mean? I've been rejected, I don't know how many times, but I've been with a lot of women too. So it's just part of it. Nobody's 100%. Everybody gets rejected. It has nothing to do with you. You never know. Maybe she's in a bad mood. Maybe she's in love. Maybe her mom's got cancer. Maybe she just got dumped and she wants nothing to do with men. It has nothing to do with you. And your looks are not that important. If you feel like you're a 10, then you're a 10. But if you're a 10, you feel like you're a 1, guess what? You're a 1. It's all within you. Everything you want lies within you. Don't worry about changing the women, or you don't like how they are, the girls, how they are, how they act. Makes no difference. If you change yourself, you can navigate through all that and achieve your desires, whatever that may be. Maybe you want a girlfriend, maybe you just want to date, maybe you want to spin plates. Whatever you want to do, you can do. But first you have to believe it's possible. Because if you don't believe it's possible, you will never take the action. Your belief will be shown by the actions you take. Because if you really believe something, you will move in that direction. If this has been of help to you, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will talk to you later.